getting ready to wind down, so if you do have questions, get them in now. It's 892-9200. The next question will go to Nancy Chaney. One possible outcome of this election is all the city elected officials could be male, depending on how the vote goes. Is that an issue?
It should be. Our community is more diverse than what our local government reflects. We have somewhere around 50% of our population as female, and yet we have presently one city council member who is female, and then myself as mayor. Certainly for young people in our community to be able to see their community as a whole reflected there, to see role models, is really important. We have a very small minority population, racial or ethnic minority population in our community, but we are a university community, so to have more representation both of ideas as well as some of those other more visible traits that make us different and allow people to see themselves and feel that they are somehow represented by their local government is very important. So yes, it should be an issue.
And that was Nancy Chaney, and now Bill Lambert.
Lee, I'm going to take a little bit of a different twist on this. I can work with anybody, and I don't care who they are. Whoever the city officials that are elected in this race, when I'm the mayor, I plan on being a great facilitator, because mayors have to be good facilitators, and I don't know who's going to end up being on city council, but whoever it is, I am going to work with, male, female, whatever the outcome is. I plan on working to collaborate and get some coalition going and have a good line of communications, because that's what Bill Lambert's all about.
All right. That was Bill Lambert. And now we'll go to the phone line, and this will go to Bill Lambert first. KRFP, you are on the air.
Yes. I tried earlier about the bicycle issue. My question is, do we need stronger bicycle ordinances, or current laws enforced more better? Because what I see out there is bicyclers gone wild. No offense to those who are all legal, who do the right thing.
Okay, that'll go to Bill Lambert.
Well, I think there needs to be a balance out there. Of course, law enforcement should be balanced, and for those bicyclists that fail to stop at stop signs and blast through them without taking the consequence of looking both ways, yes, something should happen with that. I thought personally, I don't particularly care much for bicycles on sidewalks, but they can use them. But sometimes some of those bicyclists do not pay attention as much as they should. However, that being said, we've got a number of folks out there day in and day out that are very diligent, that follow the rules, and they do it. And so what I'm not wanting to do is penalize the masses for what the few do. In other words, you got a few bicyclists out there. Yes, they need to be straightened out and they need to be taken care of. But by majority, I think a lot of the bicyclists follow the rules and do the regulations like they're supposed to.
And that was Bill Lambert, and now Nancy Chaney.
Well, regulations go both ways. I think motorists have to be respectful and careful for vulnerable users, including bicyclists and pedestrians. We require driver's education for someone to have a motor vehicle operator's license, but we don't require that for bicyclists. And I think we can do a better job with educating cyclists and in the rules of the road. We have a wonderful model in the Officer Lee Newbill Kids Safety Fair each year, and sometimes you'll see me out there at that bike rodeo trying to maneuver my bicycle around the traffic cones and whatnot. But I think for role models, people demonstrating the right way to operate vehicles of all kinds, whether bicycles or motorized vehicles, and then also providing the signage, the striping, the awareness-raising campaign to make sure that these people are aware of one another in these shared spaces. That's critically important as well.
And that was Nancy Chaney. We've got one last caller. This will have to be the last question for this 1 hour show, and this will go to Nancy Chaney first. Caller, go ahead.
I would like to know what the candidates think is the number one role of the mayor.
All right, and that'll go to Nancy Chaney.
Well, in addition to the regular things that are called out in the city code about facilitating meetings and signing contracts and issuing quarantines or that sort of thing, I think the main role is to be the face of the city, to be the person who welcomes people, who generates the idea that Moscow is a wonderful, welcoming, happening place that's desirable for businesses to come and people to bring their families and to want to attend university here. So I'd say probably being the ambassador for the city is the most important role in designating as much of one's time as necessary to do that job well.
And that was Nancy Chaney, and now we'll go to Bill Lambert.
I think as a mayor, you have to be excellent with communications and communications with all people, and that includes the city employees, because you're actually the CEO of the city itself, as well as all of your council folks. Everybody needs to know the direction you're going. You need to be a terrific facilitator as well as a communicator. I work very, very well with people. I talk to everyone. And those issues, the tough issues, you've got to be able to make decisions and not dance around or skirt around those issues. And I think the mayor has got to have a strong personality this way, as well as our focus should be on Moscow. As a mayor, I would be the ambassador of Moscow. My focus is on Moscow, the development of Moscow, and how things we do here collectively.